Hey guys, how we doing today? Alright, my name's Red or Anna. I don't care if you call me by my online nickname or my real name. And today I am doing another character ranking video, all based off of my opinions, by the way, of how I feel. And yes, I have very harsh opinions if you've seen any others. Like Stranger Things one. And the Princess one too, actually. Like the only one as far as characters go, the only one I wasn't as harsh about with the princess, actually, like the Disney princess. But today we are doing something that isn't Disney and definitely isn't Netflix either. This one is going to be for the Wicked characters because I thought, why not? Because a while back, my very first comedy skit I made on this channel was about Glinda from that movie. Not the Glinda from the 1939, like the Ariana Grande Glinda. So I thought, why not rank the characters? So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright, so we got our tiers. Number 1 fave, top fave, so only one character will be here. Very good, good, neutral, bad, and trash can. I always have to have the trash can. Because sometimes there's characters I hate so much, they gotta go in the trash can. But there isn't any for Wicked, I believe, so that one will most likely just end up being empty. But let's get right into it. Alright, first we have Elphaba. Neutral or bad? Neutral or bad? I have to say that her activism was annoying. And there's also tiny character quirks of hers that I find annoying as well. And about the whole not gonna forgive the wizard thing at the end of the first movie, I personally thought what Glinda was doing was a lot smarter, because even if you continue hating the wizard, which okay, I guess she does, she's definitely wronged by him, other than the fact that she's he's the father or whatever. And so, okay, basically, what I was saying is that instead of flying off on your broom and forever outcasting yourself from society, what you could have done is faked an apology, pretend to get close to the wizard again until he trusts you, and then one night, while he's sleeping, go slit his throat or something. That's what I'm saying. That's what Elphaba should have done. I mean, Glinda wasn't about to go do that per se, but I'm still saying Glinda choosing to stay overall is much smarter. My idea is just murder the wizard. And if everyone trusts you, just become a little manipulative. Gotta be a little manipulative. I mean, that would have been an easier way to get what she wants. Just saying. I'm just saying. So I have to say bad because there's just so many things about Elphaba I find annoying. Also, the whole, she just assumes everybody's gonna, mock her or whatever. When she, first talks to Fiero in the forest, the first movie, and he's like, oh, somebody's defensive? And then, or, after they say the line comes, she's still defensive. She trusts him, but she's still defensive. Little stuff like that annoys me, and, look, I know she has a reason and all, but to me, that's just, I can't ignore those annoying quirks of hers. Anyway, so let's just move on. I think I made my point clear. She's made some very stupid decisions throughout the movies. Glinda, my favorite character. She is my favorite. I love Glinda. Yes, I did like the second movie. Before anyone goes saying, oh, the second movie was bad. I actually liked, as far as the story goes, I actually liked Wicked for Good more because it was darker, and I love myself a dark story. But in the first one, although the first one has better music, okay, guys, I will be with you guys on saying the first Wicked movie did have better music. I did not find myself listening to Wicked for Good music after seeing the movie in theaters like I did with the first one, but I didn't really find myself doing that. But I will say she was fun throughout all the movies. And yeah, the storyline was better in the second one. It was darker. It was more fun that way. But yeah, Glinda, I think she's hilarious. I think Ariana was hilarious. And clearly you guys know I like Glinda. I mean, I wouldn't have, over the last year or so, been working on my Glinda impression so much if I didn't. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll once again, do a little, at the end of the video, because I need to, because even though I have a really good one, and like that's not even me just being like overconfident or whatever. Like I have been told by multiple people that I have a good Glinda impression, like multiple people in my life. So I'm not just like in denial over here, but I will say it sounds weird on camera. Like my Glinda impression sounds weird on camera, but at the same time, when you think about like camera is like how your real voice sounds, because when you're talking, your ears hear your voice differently than like other people do. But what am I talking about? Or anyway, what am I talking about? Fiyero. Alright, Fiyero. I like Fiyero, but because Top Fave only gets one character, because that's how it works, he's going in very good. I think Fiyero is hilarious. No, I liked him. Also, like, it's funny that I liked him so much because he ended up being the Scarecrow. And if you saw my 1939 Wizard of Oz film review, which all my film review videos are really just me ranting, basically like me summarizing it and adding in my thoughts as I go. But I basically said Scarecrow was always my favorite character in that, so it's funny that Fiyero, who does go on to be the Scarecrow, was so high up on my list. Alright, the Wizard. I like him. I think he's funny. I wouldn't put him as high as Fiyero, but I'll put him in good. I mean, honestly though, I feel like Jeff Goldblum didn't even know he was in a movie. I think he thought he was just hanging out. Like, he was just Jeff Goldblum, but, he was funny, and no, I don't care about all the animal stuff or whatever. Like, honestly, I will say that, like, a lot of people that, I know that have also seen Wicked don't really understand why like the animal storyline was there to begin with. Like, it just didn't make sense to a lot of us. So, like, basically a lot of us didn't care because we were like, what's that actually add to the story? Nothing. So, like, I have nothing against the Wizard. Although, apparently he has a lot of copies of the one green bottle. But, yeah. Anyway, let's just keep moving on. Alright, Madame Marble. I actually had to put her in good because the scene, I mean, I would put her in neutral if it wasn't for scenes she shares with the Wizard. I actually ship these two. They would make such an awesome, like, villain couple. Like, okay, we all remember how terrible Wish was, right? Like, Disney's Wish. And we remember how, in the original plot, King Magnifico and the Queen, Amaya, I believe was her name, they were supposed to be villains together, but then they eventually just changed it to just be King Magnifico that's a villain. These two were a couple. They would literally, like, if those two were a villain couple in Wish, like, if that movie is actually ever good, like it literally gives that same kind of dynamic. But also, like, I have a question though, like, where does she get her powers? Like, how does she get her magic? Like, because, like, didn't they have some weird explanation for why Elphaba has magic? But then why does she have actual magic? Because it's not like she's faking magic. The magic she uses throughout the two movies. So, like, maybe I'm just having a brain gap or whatever right now, or I might be talking nonsense and just forgetting something. But you guys let me know in the comments below. All right, Boq. I like Boq. Boq, go up here. I like Boq. I thought he was absolutely adorable in the first one. Like, his social awkwardness was adorable, and yeah, I mean, I like Boq. Like, I think the character's funny. We're gonna ignore behind the scenes things. You know, obviously Ethan Slater, Ariana Grande. You know what behind the scenes stuff I'm talking about. We're just talking about the character. So I will say, well, yeah, I do like Boq. I think he's fun to watch. I actually felt so bad for him in the second one, although my dude gotta let go of Glinda. Let go, bro. Just forget her. Like, but in the second one, I'll get back to why I feel so bad for him in the second one in a second. But two more characters before that. Or three, since apparently Shen Shen and Fanny are in the same one. I think they're hilarious. I think they're really funny. Like, yeah, they're, like, they're definitely, like, minor characters. Like, I don't want to show up that much, but I think they're hilarious. Also, like, this guy, he's on He's on SNL, right? Yeah, he's funny. I don't know who she is though in real life. I don't know who she is, but I know the guy that played Fanny is on SNL or something. I think he's funny. It's like Bowen Yang or something. Right? I'm pretty sure that's his name. Alright, Cowardly Lion. I have to say, the lion kind of annoyed me, but if you saw my 1939 Wizard of Oz, you know I don't like the Cowardly Lion to begin with. Like, the guy that, like, I don't know if it's the actor or something else in, like, the 1939 Wizard of Oz, like, the original movie. I don't know if it's the actor or the costume or what, but that guy always creeped me out, ever since I was little. And it's sad, too, that it does, because lions are my favorite animal, but, Cowardly Lion kind of just pissed me off in this, in Wicked for Good, actually, because he doesn't, I know, crazy, even though Elphaba's in the back tier as well, I'm about to defend her, man, you, clearly, I know that, you don't remember your early years well, and neither would a lion, but, this guy was like, oh, no, she's evil, she took me from my home. No, she took you from where you were being locked up in a cage. It wasn't like you were in a zoo, where you're being well cared for, you were literally in a cage. But, anyway, yeah. Nessa Rose. The pure anger I felt towards Nessa Rose in Wicked for Good, in the second one, that because of what she did to Bok, turning him into, almost killing him, which caused Elphaba to do the only thing she could do, which is turn him into a Tin Man. The anger I felt at Nessa Rose for that is enough to put her here, but in the first movie, she was actually really... She was really adorable and stuff, with Bok and whatnot, so, I can't put her down there because the first movie saves her from that spot. So, you deserve the house falling on you, girl, I'm just saying. I'm not sorry. Alright, Dr. Dillman, I'm neutral with him. I don't care about him whatsoever. I don't even care that he was taken away by the Emerald City Guards or whatever the hell. I do not care for him, but I don't dislike him. I just... Speed English. Alright, History, I will say also neutral because we don't really know too much about him. We kind of just know that he's a guard, and he's a flying monkey. Or he was a flying monkey after Elphaba accidentally gave him wings. I guess she thought she was doing something else in that scene. But we don't really know that much about History, to be honest. But characters we know... Actually, a little more about, but don't see as much, are the parents here. Got Malena and Frex, so I'm gonna have to put both of them in neutral as well. I don't really have any qualms with either of them. I don't have anything for them either. They're kind of just gonna stay in neutral. Can we blame her for cheating? This guy was away all the time. She was probably a very lonely woman. Can we really blame her? I mean, cheating's so wrong, okay, guys? Cheating's so wrong, but given the at-home situation... can we really blame her? And also him, look, he's the governor, okay, well, I do not condone outcasting your child, no matter the reason. I don't condone that. I can understand it from his perspective, he's the governor, and something like a green child would definitely reflect badly, so obviously he finds stress in having to deal with all that. That's the way I interpret it anyway. Alright, this guy, Alright. If I were to put him in a bad, it wouldn't be because of the locking up of the annoying lion. It would be because of his misuse of language. That was actually really annoying. No, he says, behooves us all. He said that in the one scene we knew him. And that just ticks me off so much for some reason, even though it happens a lot with a lot of characters in these two movies. But at the same time, he only shows up in one scene, so neutral. Alright, Dulcibert. I like Dulcibert. She's sweet. Although it would have been... although I actually probably would have liked her more if she was more like the nanny in the original book. Yes, I read the original Wicked book. And I got halfway through the second one before I was officially bored with the series. I had to force by the time I got halfway through the first Wicked book, I had to force myself to keep reading because I was just getting that bored. So yeah, by the way, I definitely would recommend the musical version over the book version. Unless you know, unless I don't know, unless you should do like the book. No shade on that. Like, no shame on you for that or anything. But the book was a little boring. But well, I got back on track. One more character, Dorothy. Dorothy, right? You. All right. You. We know like barely anything about you, but you know what? You gave Nesserose what she deserved, so I'll put you in neutral. Not that you were gonna be anywhere higher than neutral anyway, given we don't know much about this version of Dorothy. And also, literally, this was Wicked's chance to, okay, it's a bit tangent before I finish off the video with my little outro. I'm gonna say this about Dorothy. Like, literally, this is Wicked's chance to actually get it right and make Dorothy a lot younger, but instead they cast a grown woman. Like, could have cast like a 10-year-old or something, make it actually more accurate to how old Dorothy should be, because we all know as iconic and awesome as Judy Garland was, which obviously, yeah, you know, she was technically a lot older than the character was supposed to be. So like, I feel like Wicked could have actually been a little more accurate to what the book, and even the Wicked book, like, not even like the Wizard of Oz book by you know, the original, like Frank Alabama, whatever his name was. I think I got his name right? Like, literally, it's a Wicked book. She's even a little girl in the Wicked book. She's like, I think like 12 in the Wicked book. Like, and I know this is like the musical and stuff. It's actually, this musical, like the movie musical, is actually based off of the stage play musical, which is based off of the book. So like, but like, still. Anyway, this is my ranking, I guess. Share who your favorites and least favorites are below, and I will. Oh, by the way, guys, like, look, because I know people are gonna be like, Elphaba's in the bottom tier. Look, all because I don't like the character, it doesn't mean I don't think Cynthia Erivo's talented. Okay, Cynthia Erivo is a great singer. Like, I actually do like Defying Gravity, because Cynthia Erivo is such a great singer. She's, you know, she did a good job. Okay, she did a good job in acting and everything. You know, Cynthia Erivo's cool, but the character, it was the character. I just didn't like the character. Like, no shade on Cynthia, she's cool. Although her and Ariana might need to get some therapy, because all that behind the scenes drama, they're too attached to each other. Like, there is such thing as being too attached to your bestie. All right, like, they're basically codependent on each other. Girls, get some help. All right, I'm out. Let's get to the outro of my video. All right, well, that was my ranking, and oh yeah, I believe I was gonna give guys a treat of my Glinda impression again. I obviously did it once in the comedy skit, though I wasn't as proud of it in there because I recorded that at like 3 a.m. hence everyone was in my house was sleeping, so I was practically whispering, and even in like when I did it at the end of my Wizard of Oz one, like Wizard of Oz, like 1939 film review. I call it film review just because it's the best fit term to what the video kind of is, which is basically a rant video. But like, I did it at the end, and it still sounded weird. But maybe I just like, if I'm trying to do an impression on camera and then I look back at the video and hear myself trying to do an impression on camera, it just sounds weird to me. But all right. This time, let's have actual specific lines. Glinda quotes. I mean, I know I could easily do toss, but whatever. It's good to see me, isn't it? Like, that's one that's here. Pink goes good with green. And then, of course, Elphaba cries to be like, it goes well with green, but I do not have an Elphaba impression, so. Okay. It's a guy, Linda, with a guy. I'm just gonna go through all of these, honestly. Anyway. I decided to make you my new project. I don't think this is something she said, AI. Okay, she said that, but that was when Ariana was singing at a I don't even think what was singing anymore. Impressive that her voice could reach that high. Obviously, no one more so Wicked is. I mean, impressive she could reach that high with her voice, but I don't think it was singing anymore. I think that sounds more so in book. Glenda would say, okay, now we're just acting. Now AI is acting because, like, obviously it's like the Google AI over here. Now we're just giving quotes that were Fieros to her. Wow. You had to give me my leg one. All right. Was there anything else? Oh, I like this one. I know, it's my granny. She always makes me the most hideous hats. I'd give it away, but I don't hate anyone that much. Until, like, finish, and so we're just staring at her, she's like, no, I couldn't. Could I? Like, anyway. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below your favorite characters and also with you like other people in my life. People actually in my real life, not just, ones watching a video, not ones watching a video, like people in my real life. People like, actually, not that you guys aren't special if you're, watching my video, obviously, but like, there is a difference between real life. I'm gonna shut up. Basically just comment if you think my Gwent impression's any good. Because, I have been told, but I'd like more feedback. Because why not? It is my one true good one out of all the ones I've tried. I can kind of do Killian Jones from Once Upon a Time, but anyway. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye now.